welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful week, month, and year. Today is a full moon, so you know the spirit is very talkative right now. Things are coming to light. I feel very connected, very intuitive. Today I had a really great day, and I hope that you're having a great day too. So we're just going to get into the reading. I feel like Spirit wants to give you some insight into something you're not expecting, something that maybe you need to bring attention to, or that is going to be revealed in the next period of time, 2 weeks or maybe a month. Okay, Spirit, please come down. Show us what we need to know. Spirit guides, bathe this space in your white light of healing and love and protection. What does the collective need to know? Remember that this reading is timeless, so whenever you see it, this is when you're meant to see it. And whatever resonates, take it. If it doesn't resonate, leave it. You know? But because you are here, there's definitely a message in here for you. So trust in that. Trust in Spirit. Right, let's see. I'll do one more. Okay. What is it? First, Spirit, let's give us a signifier card for whoever is being drawn to this video. Who is it? Who is being drawn here? What is their energy? What do they need to know on this beautiful full moon? Wow. Okay, 9 of Cups. Wow. So you have, if you don't already have it, it will be coming in, you know, emotional fulfillment. Filling your cup, right? You're having everything that you need, having emotional fulfillment, family, community, love. The 9 of Cups is usually about having everything you need within you, and maybe you don't see it. And I feel like because, you know, I started this off with this idea of something you don't see coming. And in this card, you know, you can see he sits and he doesn't see the cups behind him. You know, he's pretty smug, I would say, this guy. Very smug, very happy. You know, he's man-spreading. But he doesn't necessarily have eyes on the cup. So I feel like Spirit is saying that you're going to be surprised soon by how fulfilled you are, by all of the joy and love that is coming in your life. If you're worried about something, you know, worried about, you know, having fears about, you know, loneliness or finances or anything, Spirit is saying that you're okay. It's just waiting for you. It's coming for you. Not in a bad way, in a good way, in a beautiful way. But it's a great card to start this reading off with. Wow, so 10 of Swords. So you are entering the end of a cycle. 10 is the number of completion, right? So starting a new cycle of releasing overthinking. Maybe you've been struggling, especially with the 9 of Cups. I feel like maybe you've been struggling with overthinking, with fear, with worries about your path or your work or your relationships. But, you know, Spirit is saying that, you know, after the darkness, there's always the dawn, right? You can see here that the clouds are lifting and the light is coming, right? And they can see the light on the horizon. So I feel like Spirit is saying that you are ending a cycle. You are completing a cycle. You're completely closing out a cycle of lack, of fear and overthinking and maybe because also the swords are in his back, maybe betrayal with other people, maybe other people talking bad about you, gossiping about you, um, saying things behind your back, maybe maligning you. Uh, for some reason, I'm having this idea come through of if you were in a job where some people maybe got you fired or disciplined or something, that you're closing out this cycle. And, although it may be painful and it may have hurt, it's part of your path, it's part of your journey. And it's so hard to see that when you're in it, right? Because how can something that, is negative actually be part of my path? How can that be good? But, things have to close out before what is actually meant for you can come in, right? When one door closes, another door opens. And what that and the way that works out is because, like, if there's something in the space, then it's occupied. Something new can't come in. So you always have to let go of something, let go of the past before your future can come in, before something even better can come in. And because the Ten of Swords is really about it, also, I'm kind of feeling like it's ego death. Maybe you're going through a spiritual awakening. The death of this idea that you are your body, that you are limited to the material world, and opening up to this idea of spirit, that pain and suffering on this plane is not permanent. It is not the end all be all, that it doesn't need to that pain doesn't mean suffering, right? And if you follow Buddhism or the Buddhist teachings, part of that is that, like, pain does not equal suffering. So maybe you are moving past this idea and opening up to, a spiritual awakening. Let's see, what other cards we get? What else? Use some more cards for this person. Who's drawn here today? What do they need to know? Wow, 10 of Cups. So, yeah, especially with the 9 of Cups, you've got this coming in. It's crazy. I just pulled this card too I think in the last reading. Complete fulfillment, family, love, joy, emotional fulfillment in all areas of your life, and work, in your personal life, in your friendships, in your professional relationships, with your close family, with your close friends. And especially with the 9 of Cups and then into the 10 of Cups with the 10 of Swords in the middle, I really feel like, you're here. So the 9 of Cups, he's solitary, whereas the 10 of Cups, he's got a family. So maybe I feel like you're maybe singularly emotionally fulfilled, and I resonate with that. Maybe you're in hermit mode, being single, keeping your energy to yourself and filling your own cup and being fulfilled like that. And there's some kind of ending here. Maybe you are releasing overthinking in regards to relationships, and to that you're going to have to give up this fulfillment that you have by yourself in order to get into this relationship. Like that the only way that you can be fulfilled and remain in your center and have joy and love and keep your high vibration is to be by yourself. But I feel like right now your step is to learn that that's actually not true, right? Release this idea, release this stage of your life. Like, this is a beautiful stage. The 9 of Cups, beautiful stage, but we are meant to grow. And wouldn't it be beautiful to have this fulfillment and joy with other people, with a partner, and with, children, and not necessarily your children. It could be, children in a community, but, the next generation, being a beacon of love for the next generation, and of, showing them what a kind, loving, spiritually led person is. So yeah, let's see what else. I kind of want to see what other cards you're gonna get, because it's really interesting. I do think the message is pretty clear that You are ending out a cycle, and the cycle is being alone. You're entering into this new phase of finding your soul family. And this could be people you know, if you're already in a relationship, you already have kids. It could be bringing your own energy into these relationships, because this is what I'm learning too, is that like, if you're in a high vibration, you raise the vibration of everyone in your field. And I heard this recently, like, instead of worrying about how other people's vibration and mental state will affect you, instead focus on your own power. Take your power back and think about how your vibration will affect the people around you. Be the leader, set the tone. Know that you are a leader, you are spiritual royalty. You have done so much work on yourself, and it shows. And how can you have bad relationships if you continue to put in the work and to fill your own cup? It's impossible, right? So let this in. Let the idea of love and commitment and family in. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. 6, the lovers. Wow. Such confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, you have a lover coming in. If you already have a lover, this can be a very deepening of a relationship. But you have love coming in. Wow, it's beautiful. This is a divine union, blessed by the angels, blessed by God. And it's because you put in all this work into yourself, and because you've learned how to stay in your center and put your emotions and your fulfillment above all else, right? Enlightened self-interest. You have to love yourself before you can love other people. And you've learned how to love yourself. You've learned how to prioritize yourself above, people pleasing or being a workaholic or, family obligations with people who don't actually act like they want the best for you. They may think they do and they may say they do, but their actions don't show it. And so you've got a beautiful love coming in, and I feel like they're also on this journey with you. They're matching your frequency, and wow, it's beautiful. And you're going to build things together, right? And you're going to help each other connect even further with the divine and come into this family. Wow, beautiful reading today. Anything else, Spirit? It's pretty clear. Pretty clear what Spirit is saying. Yeah, and the Tower reversed. Yep, so this can be kind of a scary card for people to see, but it's actually a really great card. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite cards, but it doesn't scare me when it comes out, because really all it means is a foundational change, right? Like I was saying earlier, something has to leave before something can come in. So it's going to be a change in the way that you structure your life. And especially with the lovers and all these cups, like it's a change for the better. And in reverse, the Tower is basically like a smaller Tower moment. If it was upright, it may be kind of a scary moment. It might be scary, but meaning drastic. But this is saying, like, I think it will be a welcome Tower moment, especially with these two people. Like, it's the Tower moment with your lover, right? Because your whole life is going to change, right? When you enter into a relationship, right, it kind of changes everything. Your schedule, your actions day-to-day change, your outlook for the future changes. Suddenly you're factoring in this person into your plans, and you're thinking about moving in together and starting a family. And so this is what Spirit is saying. You don't see this coming. You do not see this lover coming in. And I feel like for a lot of you, if you're here, this is going to be a new person. And if you're already in a relationship and it feels good and it's right for you, and you've done the work and you have good communication, you know, all that stuff that makes a good relationship, it's a deepening of that. It's, you know, coming together into a beautiful divine union with vulnerability. And, you know, because like, you know, the lovers, they're naked, they're their most vulnerable selves. And being able to share everything of yourself, your insecurities, your vulnerabilities, your fears, your past trauma, you know, and trusting the other person with these things, trusting them to handle you with care and love. Wow, this is a beautiful reading. I mean, I can't say much more because it's so clear. Spirit is being so clear. I'm gonna get some of these spirit guides cards. Spirit, what advice for this collective drawn here today? What should they keep in mind? How should they talk to their spirit guides? I'm also being called to say, like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of being vulnerable. And especially with 9 of the Cups into the 10 of the Cups, it will take vulnerability. It will take exposing yourself and your authentic self. And I know that it may also mean sharing your spirituality, and that can be so vulnerable because it is a safe space and it's so personal, but this person will get it, right? This is a divine union. And when you open up, it also shows them that they can open up. And you're a leader. Like I was saying, you are a leader. So don't be afraid to open up, and don't be afraid to show your true self to people, because if they're not the right person, you'll know. And it's not, you know, messing it up, messing a relationship. You can't mess this relationship up. It's impossible, because, you know, they're gonna match your freak. They're gonna love everything about you. They're gonna love your quirks and your little intricacies and everything. Yeah, freedom. Wow, 54, your runner guides. I've been getting this card quite a lot. And if you can see here, it's a dove or a bird with a flower in their beak. And this definitely reminds me of Noah's Ark, which is, you know, funny because that's my name, Noah. But, you know, Noah's Ark with the bird with the plant in its beak was a symbol along with the rainbow. So I put it underneath the 10 of Cups because, you know, the rainbow is also part of the Noah's Ark story, but it was a promise that land was on the way, right? That they wouldn't be out to sea, that Noah and his family and the animals were close to land. And the rainbow was a symbol that, you know, God would never flood the earth again. And, you know, I feel like you're entering this time of freedom. Because, you know, freedom to love, freedom to do what you want because you're so emotionally secure. Another card, Spirit. And know that you are free. You know, your cage door is already open. It's never been locked. You have everything you need. You just have to let yourself free. Any outside circumstances, they're small potatoes. With your higher self and your spirit guides and God, you know, anything's possible. And it's easy. They make it easy for you too. Once you decide and start doing the actions, they help you. They start aligning things. They're going to align this lover to you. Okay. Wow, adventure, guardian angel, number 7. Wow. Oh my gosh, you can look at this card. The breaking of chains. Wow, I haven't pulled that card before, so I have to go get my book really quick because I'm gonna read the description, what it says. Bear with me. But, you know, this person, that the central figure, my thing's dead. The central figure has wings, just like the the bird and the freedom card. So I really feel like, that bird, this is just confirmation, that bird is you. You are breaking your chains. I just dropped all of these cards as I was walking to get my book. Oh my goodness. Bear with me. These are very slippery cards. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get one more and then I'll break out the book so we can read them. Sorry I keep, adjusting the cards. I have OCD, so constantly adjusting things. Okay, one more. What else do they need to hear, Spirit? What's the last thing for them to know from their guides? Deceit, guardian angel number 2. Huh, that's interesting. I'm going to pull one more for that. And creativity. Interesting. So I'm going to first I'm going to start with the freedom and the adventure card. I'll read them to you. Okay. Well, actually, let's start with deceit because that's the first. No, actually, we'll start with freedom. Okay, just pulling it up. Okay, freedom. Liberation, escape, expansion, and flight. Now is the time to shed dependencies that prevent you from living your best life and to remind you that you have the freedom to move on. Don't hold yourself back out of fear that there is nothing better for you because you cannot see it now. Instead, let your runner guides connect you with openings, opportunities, and invitations that will allow you to step out of your limiting and unfulfilling circumstances and lead you to the life you really desire. Examine your life honestly today. To what and whom are you staying connected out of fear of change or a lack of confidence and vision that something better is waiting for you? For example, are you keeping the same old meaningless job because you don't know what else to do, even though you dread going to work every morning? Do you remain in a stagnant relationship? Your runners are here to free you from such drudgery. They are pointing out avenues of escape so you can move on to a bigger, more fulfilling, and authentic existence. Pay attention to all invitations, opportunities, and inspirations that come your way. You are being made aware of options you haven't seen or considered before now. Wasn't I saying this is something unexpected? Your runner guides encourage you not to resign yourself to a less than fulfilling or unhappy existence. Your runners want to show you the way back to your spirit and open the doors to a better, more expansive life. A brand new, more authentic, exciting world awaits you, and the minute you release yourself from dependencies and attachments that no longer serve you. Give yourself freedom. Face your fears. Listen to your inner guidance. Feel the support of your runners as they point the way out, and then spread your wings and fly. Your runner guide's message to you: you are not trapped. A more fulfilling life awaits you when you let go of limiting dependencies and trust your spirit and not your fears to lead. Find your courage. Pay attention to your runners as they point the way, then fly. Wow, beautiful card. So definitely this has to do with these 10 of Swords, releasing these limiting beliefs that make you feel like you have to be alone, that you have to, always be in hermit mode to protect your peace. Know that there are people out there who are also prioritizing their peace, and together you can build something. And, especially with the unexpected thing that is coming, and with the Tower, be open to opportunities. When, say yes to life. always follow your intuition. That doesn't mean, going out and doing things and saying yes when you don't actually feel like doing it. When you have a long day and you just want to go home, or maybe you haven't had a long day. You're just, feel like staying home. It doesn't mean saying yes to those things, but, following your intuition, following the signs that Spirit sends you. Okay, adventure number 7. Okay. Experience, travel, discovery, expansion. Your soul and spirit have grown enough to safely venture beyond the familiar. You are now free to expand your horizons. Your guardian angel is by your side, encouraging you to fearlessly explore new territory and seek new experiences. Your soul is outgrowing your present circumstances and is determined to discover more. Trust your curiosity. There is so much more for you to experience and become. Sign up for the Italian or photography class, the yoga retreat in Greece, the university course, and dive right in. Don't allow anyone to discourage, guilt trip, scare, criticize, or make fun of you, or try to stop you as you venture out. Do not be afraid or be deterred. You are about to embark on a wonderful, life-changing expansion of your life. Your guardian angel's message to you: spread your wings and fly. Wow. So yeah, definitely. So I feel like you're going to be getting some opportunity here that is like connected to something you've always wanted to do. Maybe you've always been interested in dance and you come across this post on Instagram of, a dance class at a local studio, and, you go and you have a great time and you meet someone there, and, they're your lover that's coming in, or, maybe this friend invites you to a movie, and, you go to the movie and it's great and inspires you to, create something, and then you go and you show your art somewhere, and then you meet someone there, right? And it's funny how these things kind of work out. It's always like a chain of events. So you're embarking on the adventure of a lifetime, right? This new phase of your life is one of love and fulfillment. And don't be scared. Your angels are there. Your guardian angel is there to help you and to guide you and to protect you. So I'm going to read this deceit and creativity, because I don't know. Obviously, the creativity card is self-explanatory, but this deceit, I'm not sure exactly how that is going to manifest. So let me pull that up. You can read it together and see what comes through and see what resonates with you. Okay. Deception, dishonesty, fraud, and cheating. You are at risk of being deceived at this time. Pay close attention to what you are being told and trust your intuition if you sense that your hearing from others is not truthful. This deceit may come from a good friend who insists that everything is fine between you, when in fact they are feeling jealous or competitive in some way. Can you drink some water? Excuse me. The deceit could arise from a significant partner who is straying from the partnership while denying it. Interesting. So someone here might be leaving a relationship, you might be a new lover might be coming in. Your guardian angel also reminds you that the most significant risk of deception could come from you. Check to be sure you are not deceiving yourself but denying what you feel in your heart because you are unwilling to accept a difficult truth. Are you telling yourself, for example, that eating certain foods is not a problem when it actually leaves you feeling sick? Or that drinking a few glasses of alcohol every night is not a problem? Are you convincing yourself to keep a job that's all wrong for you out of financial anxiety? Are you staying in an unhealthy relationship out of fear of being alone? Your loving guardian angel encourages you to admit the truth with compassion and courage, even if it is difficult to do. Ask your guardian angel to gently reveal all that is deceiving you and bring it into the light of day. Your guardian angel will escort you back into alignment if you are prepared to face the truth. Do not allow deceit to continue. You cannot force others to be honest with you if they are unwilling, but you can stop deceiving yourself. You will feel immediate relief if you do. Being honest helps not only you, but the ones you love as well. Confront deceit, you will be protected in the end. Yeah, so I also just kind of instinctively put this underneath this 10 of Swords card. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this deceit is coming from you. This is this idea that these self-limiting beliefs, right? That you're maybe not worthy of love, that this lover isn't coming in, that you're not spiritually blessed, because you are so blessed. You know, all of your guardian angels are here to protect you and guide you. And it's not like you're out here alone. You have this lover and community coming in, but your angels are already with you. You know, they are here guiding you. So really, you know, take a second and evaluate some of your fears. Evaluate what is holding you back, especially with, you know, the swords in the back of his you know, in his back is like, you know, being stabbed in the back, like deceit. So I feel like this go together actually pretty well. So don't, you know, maybe journal about it. You know, think about what fears do I have around myself, maybe, you know, all aspects of my life, but specifically about love, about family and fulfillment, and how you deserve a healthy relationship where you pour into each other. Yeah, so let's see what creativity is saying. I feel like that's makes sense. Creativity, patience, practice, reevaluation, assessment. There's no way to avoid risk if you wish to live a creative life. Stop worrying about making right or wrong choices and view all choices as creative opportunities. Celebrate the fact that you have the freedom to make choices at all. No matter what you choose, you'll create something. If you don't like the result, then simply go back to the drawing board and choose again. Your helper guides remind you not to look at life in terms of black and white, all or nothing. You're a creative spirit. Treat your creations with appreciation and respect. Good, bad, or indifferent, everything in your life reflects your creativity. Study your creations, recognize those you enjoy, and don't fret over the rest. View these less satisfactory creations as interesting rough drafts and start over. Your helper guides message to you, go back to the drawing board. Yeah, so I feel like this is saying, you know, you are creating your new life, right? And figure out what you want in your new life, you know? Maybe say like, I want love, I want abundance, I want romance, I want, you know, lazy Sundays where we read and drink coffee in the morning and then go for a drive, or, you know, whatever, you know, be as specific as you want, but, you know, really dream about your dream life, because it is coming in, and you will manifest it. And I feel like also, because I pulled it with the deceit card, don't, you know, condemn yourself for what you want and what you create. You know, be truthful to yourself about what you truly want. What are your priorities? What feels good? You know, if you, like, I don't know, maybe you, this is kind of an extreme example, but maybe you're closeted gay, right? And you're like, well, I actually really want to be in a, you know, a gay relationship or a lesbian relationship, right? Like, be honest with yourself about this life that you're creating, because you have the power to create it. You have, you know, you are the paintbrush of your life. You are the manifestor of your life. Anything that you ask for will come for you. So ask for what you want. Why would you not ask for what you want? Why would you possibly ask for something that you don't, that your heart doesn't really want? And be brave and ask for it, because Spirit will give it to you every single time. All right, last card from the Dreamscape Oracle deck. Spirit, what is the last message for this collective? For this person drawn here today, what do they need to know? The gift. Wow, a beautiful card. You can see. She's got a crown of flowers looking into an open jar. It reminds me of, I think this is Pandora. Definitely reminds me of Pandora. Let's read it. The gift. Okay, oh, it is Pandora, yeah. Okay, I turned right to the page. Smoke rising up behind her, Pandora sits in her chair, pondering what the jar contained. Was it a good idea to release the potent magic contained in such a small vessel? She does not know what will become of her gift just yet. Only time can tell what will happen to the world as the gift spreads out from the tarnished jar. Pandora wears a simple lavender robe showing her devotion to Zeus. It also shows the gift of wisdom and generosity attributed to her. Be careful of stepping into situations you may not be able to get out of. Retreat from complicated situations. So I feel like the message of this card is saying, like, you are being gifted this new life, right? This lover coming in, you know, this fulfillment and the balance between your own divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself. And, you know, we know when Pandora opened the box and everything came out, there was hope left in the jar. So, you know, there is always hope. And I also feel like, you know, this is saying that don't be scared of opening your own jar, the jar of your soul, right? Of letting go, of opening yourself open, like, to the universe and to God and to spirit, and letting yourself flow and letting yourself become an empty vessel for the universe so that your fulfillment will come in. And they talk about that. Lao Tzu writes about it in the Tao Te Ching about the Tao, you know, remaining empty inside, and how that is true peace and love. And that doesn't mean, you know, being numb or like not enjoying things. It just means always remaining in your center. And I really feel like this is Spirit saying that you are being gifted this. You are being gifted this love and emotional fulfillment and just a beautiful life that you've always wanted. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of wanting it, of opening yourself to it, because it's coming. You know, it's okay to rest in that idea, rest in the knowledge that you will be taken care of, that there is love waiting for you. You just have to say yes to it. And once you say yes to it, you will feel it in your heart. You will feel it, you know, through your chakras. You will feel it throughout your entire body. Before it even physically manifests, you will feel it in your body, and open up and open to that and rest in that and center yourself in that, because it's coming. And, you know, it's okay to end things that aren't working for you. And it may be a foundational change. It may mean a big change up of your life. But like I said, things have to go out before the new things can come in. So, yeah, the overall message, you know, you have a beautiful life for you. The only thing holding you back is yourself, is your limiting beliefs, the fear of being vulnerable, of breaking from your chains, right? Because, you know, your cage is comforting. It's safe, right? You know it, but if you stay in your cage, you don't get to see the beautiful world. You don't get to have all new experiences and adventure, and you're gonna learn to love, like, find these new things that you love to do and you love to experience, right? And you won't ever know unless you go out, unless you put yourself out there. So I feel like this is what Spirit has to say. I hope this resonated with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and for listening. This is a super positive message. I'm so happy for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful month. And yeah, good night and thank you. Bye-bye.